Most High in Christ. Bear with me 1 second, Israel. Get with y'all in just a minute. All right. Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshabrak from Yahweh Shamar. Al-Thum Bashem Yahushua. I am priest and officer of 5,000. Your diet is the Thursday night history class. Tonight, we're going to go over why the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. We're going to go over, you know what I mean, Daniel, the 7th chapter. We're going to go over Daniel, the 7th chapter. We're going to go over who the oppressor is and why, you know what I mean, the Lord is going to destroy this place. Why the Lord is going to destroy the oppressor in America. We got to understand something, right? As the Lord shows the people. This is our time to come out of this place. This is our time to come out of this place. Now, if I could, Oscar, give me Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. Now, I'm gonna be answering y'all questions tonight. If y'all got any questions, type them in the chat. I'll be answering your questions tonight. Man, if you got any questions, I'll be willing to answer them, no matter how ridiculous some of your comments may be. Let's get it. Ashtawa, Romans 13 and verse 11.
Book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
And that knowing the time.
Now, in that, knowing the time. Now is the time if you are a black man, you are a Latino man, First Nation man and woman. This is the time to get right. Keep going.
Now, it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Ooh-wee. Now it's high time to awake out of sleep. I'm going to tell you why it's high time to awake out of sleep. Ashawak, I'm about to send you an article that I was looking at, man, that just disgusted me. It disgusted me, black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman, for this reason. Because our people need to wake up and realize, man, that this place is not our rest. I'm going to show it to you. Give me 1 second. I just sent it to you, Ash. The Lord said this. That in that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Now is the time to awake out of sleep. Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. You want to know why it's time to wake out of sleep? Read that article for me, Ashtawa. Just the title real quick.
It says U.S. Senate releases draft bill to toughen border measures while giving aid to Ukraine and Israel.
It says U.S. Senate releases draft bill to tougher border measures while securing aid to Ukraine and Israel. So you mean to tell me the Ukraine, they can get, and Israel, they can get funded, they get aid. But what about that Latino man and woman? What about that First Nation man and woman, that Seminole Indian man and woman? What about that black man and woman? We don't get none of that. It says they try to make border measures. They don't want that Latino man, you know what I mean, coming on over here. Latino man, Latino woman, you are the children of God. If you are Mexican, Guatemalan, you know what I mean, El Salvadorian, if you from Brazil, if you from Argentina, Chile, you are God's chosen people. And knowing that, right, that's what makes this place so wicked. Because they willing to secure aid, you know what I mean, for the Ukrainians, for the Israelis. They don't want to secure aid for the First Nation or Seminole Indian man and woman who live on modern day concentration camps. They don't want that. They don't want that at all. Go ahead, Ash.
Good. It's just like when we look at what's going on and all that they tell us about everybody, not that they love,
right.
The oppressor don't like people from other countries unless they look like him. He help people to look like him.
They do. They help their people.
He help you. You know, technically they run the same people. You understand what I'm saying? He helping them. He helping the so-called English man. He helping him. He sending them billions of dollars. This right here says $118 billion that they want to send over.
That's what they want to do. $118 million that they want to send over for the Ukrainians And for the Israelis, go ahead.
That might be to keep the Mexicans out. That's a lot.
That's a rough
That's
situation.
not to keep people that's from this land.
Yes.
Israel so many billions, and then you send Ukraine so much money. It's like, where's the money coming? It seems like what they saying about the tax dollars being spent for all this other stuff over here. To the military.
Mm-hmm. Listen, and what is the military budget? Look that number. Look that number. You know, America's military budget, right, is if you combine the military budgets of every other country combined, it still ain't going to equal what America's military budget is. It's not. It's not, Ash. I'll show it to you. Go ahead. $773 billion. That is America's military budget. They're not going to stop making jets. They're not going to stop making, artillery. That ain't going to stop. You can forget about it. Listen, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Go ahead.
I think that was up to 8.
Good.
So by the end of the year, it was $877 billion.
$877 billion for the military budget. God damn. God damn. That's where your tax dollar is going to. That's where it's going. Wow, they want to secure aid for the Ukraine and for the Israelis. Now, understand that, right? Or we're so heavy about it. They're willing to help the Ukrainians fight off Pooh Shiesty. Probably in the comments looking like, what do you mean you died? The Ukrainians fighting Pooh Shiesty. I ain't talking about the rapper. I'm talking about the president of Russia. The president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, is the real Pooh Shiesty. You'll help them. You'll help the Israelis, give them billions and billions of dollars. But you don't want to help that West Indian man. You don't want to help that Haitian or Puerto Rican or Cuban or Mexican or Guatemalan or Central American or South American brother and sister. You don't want to do that. That's why our God told us in that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Now was the time to wake out of sleep. Now was the time to realize, man, that you ain't free white in 21. You ain't getting the same benefits, man. Let me explain something to you. I don't think anybody understands like what we're getting ready to go into, right? That if you go and look, because America has modern day concentration camps now. So where they keep, our Latino brothers and sisters and those detention centers, drinking out of the toilet, sleeping on concrete floors with tinfoil, and what they've done to the First Nation man and woman, the Seminole Indian man and woman on those reservations, and they're not really reservations. They were not meant to preserve the life of the North American Indian or Seminole Indian. They're modern day concentration camps in America. Where's the funding for that? Oh, that's right. They went back on every agreement that they've ever made with our people. They went back on every one. Forced our people, black man and woman, Latino man and woman, into integration. When that was one of the worst things that ever could have happened to our people. Now you wonder, how come black people don't stick together? Listen, how come we don't stick together? Because they came in, and destroyed our people. Made it seem like that we had to integrate, that we had to give up our businesses, that we had to give up everything that we had so we can join on to this place. And that's the problem. And that's the problem. First of all, my friend, you're right. I'm not an Indian because this is a meat tree. It's not a turban. It is not a turban. You came in, being a condescending little facetious sodomite. Instead of listening to what I'm saying, what I'm talking about, and what we're teaching, you want to come in and find contention. It's all right. I know it's better things you could be doing with a Thursday night. Trust me, I know, when we both know that's legal. These people watch the watch. They can't encourage that. Understand something. It has everything to do with our people. Because black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman, we are the same people. Nosotros somos familia, una raza. We are one people. We got to understand. Ukraine's gonna get they're gonna get aid. They're gonna get help. They're going to get it. The Israelis, they are going to get it. Got to understand, man. We ain't. Well, the rules don't apply to us, I pray you understand. As you can see with the Ishman got tunnels in New York City. It's a rat infestation over there. You know damn well if that had been anybody else, they'd have dropped the you know what. They'd have dropped the you know what down there, you know what I mean, to blow them tunnels up. Goes to show you. That's why we got to separate. That's why our God said, in that knowing the time, and now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than what we believe. Our salvation is near. We got to understand, and our salvation is only for our people. Why would we want salvation for the people that oppress us? Why would we want that? Like TikTok, let me ask you a question. If somebody came into your home and abused you, assaulted you, forced himself on your wife and your kids, you mean to tell me, and then I come along and tell you, you have to forgive them. You have to forgive them. All of y'all are children of the Most High. You look at me like I was crazy. That's how we look at y'all when y'all tell us that we got to love these heathens. We got to love the oppressor. That's how we look at you. That's why we got to give our love back to each other, giving our love back to our people. That's what we have to do. Give me Micah chapter 2 and verse 11. Micah chapter 2 and verse 11. Go ahead, Ashtawa.
It's just very hypocritical. Because I have a person to sit there and tell us that we got to love them no matter what.
Yes, they do.
And
They do. They do oppress them. Go ahead.
When we begin to say, you know what, we gonna love ourselves, we're gonna take care of us, we're gonna exclude it. And this is what the Bible says. When we begin to do this, they begin to act like we're so hateful, such terrible hateful. If you look at your history, put us in captivity. Treated us and our Latino brothers and our native brothers like enemies.
We sure did.
Then when we got out of slavery, you separated your neighborhood from ours. You weren't allowed to be in a lot of good towns. You understand what I'm saying? So all this separation and all this thing, all of a sudden we get enough sense to go, you know what? We should protect ourselves and you treat us like you did. Mind you, if another nation did a tenth or a quarter of what they did, not even a tenth or a 5% of what they did, they would never forget.
No, they'll never forget the oppression that happened to them. They'll never forget it. That's why they throw it in our faces. Like, I'll give you a prime example, right? They go out there and they find old, decrepit Nazis that are in the retirement home, and they bring them to justice because they love their people and they never forgot what happened to them. Black man, Latino man, we are not supposed to forget our history and what has happened to our people at the hand of the oppressor. And yes, I am reading the comment sections. I read it. Here's your problem with world peace, right? Here's your problem. World peace is not going to come until Christ returns. That's when we are going to have real peace. That's when we're going to have real peace. Because right now, the oppressor does not know peace, and you know that. Like, come on, Cletus. Come on. The oppressor knowing peace, he hasn't been at peace with anybody. With anyone on the earth. He's in conflict with everyone, including himself. Russia and the Ukraine. We just went over a story about how the Ukraine is getting aid. The Ukraine and the Russians are the same people, Ashtawa. Why is there so much conflict? Why can't Putin in the Ukraine, why can't they have peace? Why can't they have peace? And now you're asking me who I'm talking about. Brother, you said I was asking questions and not reading your responses. I'm responding to when you said it's going to be the world peace is the answer. So, brother, I'm going to speak real slow because maybe, just maybe, you know what, I ain't even going to go there. I'm going to be nice today. Point is, right, I'm talking about how world peace is not going to work until Christ returns. A black man who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his name is Yahweh Shai Mashiach. That is the answer. Now, what you were talking about is world peace from the oppressor. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. You're right. They don't want that. Oh, we agree. And that's why I fell back. You are absolutely correct. People do not want Christ to return. They don't. Especially them issues. Especially the oppressor. They don't want that. Because when Christ returns, oh, buddy, guess what? This place is going to be in order. I pray you understand. But it starts with us getting ourselves together. It starts with that black man and that black woman coming back together, a Latino man and Latino woman coming back together. Like the attack on our families is ridiculous with the alternative lifestyle, what they're putting on TV through the alphabet community, on how they're promoting all of the drugs, promoting all of this, the wickedness of this place. I couldn't even get through the Grammys, I had to turn the damn channel. Like, this is what we need to understand. I'm going to talk to Israel for a second. Black man, Latino man, and First Nation man and woman. We have to stop yearning and craving white approval. Like, we all love Killer Mike. I like Killer Mike's music. But to see that brother, like, you'll look at him winning and sweeping at the Grammys, like, damn, that's a good brother, man. I'm proud of Killer Mike. Something inside of everybody is like, damn, man, it's good to see that brother win. But when the brother got on stage and was just, you got to believe in yourself, never give up. It reminded me of that brother that wins Employee of the Month at the White Firm. Brother, they don't give a damn about you. And to prove it, they don't give a damn about you. What happened to Killer Mike after he won them Grammys? He got arrested. They detained that brother right afterwards. It was terrible after a while, showing you that the oppressor does not give a damn about our people. He don't give a damn about our people. All they want to do is use us for entertainment. I'm not taking away Mike's talent. I'm not taking away, that achievement. But the important thing is we got to build our own back up. We shouldn't even need their validation. Everybody, we all know the brother can rap. We all know that the sisters can sing. What do we need their approval for? They can't rap like us. They can't sing like us. They can't throw a football or shoot a basketball like that. They can't think like us. They're not on our level. They're not on our level in anything. We bring this up all the time, Master Watt. Black women sent the oppressor to the moon. I forget that name of that movie, but that's Taraji P. Henson. Sister sent the oppressor to the moon. You wouldn't have been able to get there without the help of who? Our people. Go ahead, Ash. Hidden Figures. In the movie Hidden Figures, there was some sisters, man, a few black women that helped the oppressor get to the moon. Like, God damn. Again, and that's just where you get confused. I'm going to tell you why. To show you that they don't care and why we need to stop caring. The brother went up there, proud as can be. And like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from the brothers, achievement. You're missing the point on wanting white validation. And how did they show it? They showed it by putting the brother in handcuffs, proving that they don't give a damn about him. They don't give a damn about him. They don't. I'm going to get to you in a second, Ash. That's why we got to say, forget that. Forget that. They can't have it without us anyway. They can't have none of those award shows. They can't have Hollywood, or the music industry without our people. That's the point that I'm getting to. Why can't we do it for ourselves? Because at the Black Awards, Mike ain't going to get arrested. He's going to clear out. All the brothers and sisters is going to win. And I'm going to get to Jay-Z in a second. But go ahead, Ashton.
Good. Him getting arrested. Serving in the military. And then getting
that's a damn good point.
Getting unallowed, treated better than uniform. Even I remember some years back, this when I think I first came to the school. I think it was an older brother. Mm-hmm. The police pepper sprayed him, and I think they did something else to him, but he got military veteran. He saw that
they don't give a damn if you're a military veteran. How many brothers went over there and fought in World War I and World War II and the Vietnam War and came home and got treated like garbage by the oppressor? They don't give a damn about our people. They don't give a damn how many awards you win. They don't care. They're going to let win whoever they want win. That's why a lot of y'all, I'm going to ruffle some feathers. Y'all going to get mad at me, TikTok, but I don't give a damn because y'all forget. I don't. We don't forget. Y'all looked at Jay-Z talking about Beyonce. Now, that's his rib. That's his wife. He has to defend her. I understand. Talking about it's unjust. It's unjust that she never won Album of the Year. B never won Album of the Year, even though she won more Grammys than anybody else. You know what, Jay-Z, that is an atrocity that they gave it to that little white girl, Taylor Swift, over Beyonce. But here's the problem. You know what's a bigger atrocity? You know what's a bigger atrocity? Or what you did to Colin Kaepernick. That was a big atrocity. Because Roger Goodell and the NFL had a problem, you know what I mean, with Colin Kaepernick and that movement with black men taking a knee against police brutality and other social issues against our people, and you, Jay-Z, sold out and shut Kaepernick down. So why in the hell should we give a damn about you and whatever B wins, you know what I mean, when you shut down Colin? You stopped the momentum. You pulled a Benedict Arnold for the oppressor, for your daddy, for $1. I can't feel sorry for you. I can't feel sorry for the Carters for Colin Kaepernick. And here's the thing, and that goes back to the initial point. Why not have our own league? That's what we have to strive to. That's what we have to get to. Give me Micah chapter 2 and verse 10.
The book of Micah chapter 2 verse 10. Arise ye and depart.
Arise ye and depart. Our God said, arise ye and depart. And then get up and leave. Take your mind out of this place. Like, our desire for Caucasian validation is unbelievable. Unbelievable to want to be accepted by them. And my thing is, who the hell are them? Who the hell are them? And you're laughing, and it's hilarious. I'm gonna tell you what's hilarious to me. That you have brothers and sisters in 2024 that still think that they're free, white, and 21. Integration was the worst thing that ever happened to our people. Our God said, arise ye and depart. We got to come out of this place mentally. Where are our schools? Where are our hospitals? Why are our communities the way that they were? It didn't used to be like that. Gosh, you got a book, you know what I mean? That you brought out, man. That was heavy. I remember when you brought it to camp called the Negro Project, that they were so alarmed that in the 1960s that the Black and Latino households were doing better than the white households. Why do you think the drugs came in our community? Why do you think they started flooding our neighborhoods with the weapons? Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. And if you are a Negro that thinks that this world has never been better, you are a happy Uncle Tom. Happy Uncle Tom. I got to call you for what it was. I have to call you for what you are. You are. You old Bojangles ass nigga. That's what you are. Here's the thing, my brother. I'm going to get you right because I'm saying this out of love, not to belittle you, not to be condescending. It's just a shame that in whatever time that we have brothers and sisters that sell us out that think, oh, there ain't nothing wrong with the oppressor. He good. He's been good to us. He has never been good to our people. I pray you understand. Our God said, arise ye and depart. For this read.
It says, for this is not your rest.
This is not our rest. How we going to find rest in this place? How can you say that, oh, it's never been better? When we lose brothers and sisters left and right, you talking about the technology. We saw George Floyd get unalived on Facebook Live. We saw what happened to Breonna Taylor. We saw what happened to Rashad Brooks, Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland. You know what I mean? It's so many brothers and sisters, man, that get unalived. And I mean, Botham Shin Jones was a brother in his own crib, and the oppressor came in, kicked the door down, and unalived him. And guess what? Here's the thing. Oh, you think that's Esau? Oh, listen, if you are an oppressor, if you are Caucasian, you're right. You're not my brother. If you are not Black, Latino, or Native American Indian, you are not my brother. And if you are an oppressor, you are the devil that the Bible speaks of, El Hombre Blanco, El Son Diablo. Oh, then I was right. You are an Uncle Tom ass nigga. You are a Bojangles ass nigga. You are a shucking and jiving, shifting Uncle Ruckus. America's never been better. You got this nigga, you diet on TikTok talking about the white man. I wake up every day and I come on them crazy niggas' lives and I talk up nothing about how good the white man is. Brothers like you make me sick for this reason. Y'all wake up Y'all wake up loving the oppressor. And you got to tell people that you love the oppressor. And then you say, you're not my brother. Let me tell you how much of a brother I am. If the oppressor was to unalive you, you know who would stand up for you and speak out against that wrong and that atrocity? And whatever evil he does to you, I'm going to do it. Just Commander General Yohanna would do it. General Muhammad would do it. General Mayak would do it. Christ would do it. Because you're still a black man like me. You are still a black man like me. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Jesus Christ, I.S.U.P.K. Jesus Christ, brother. You see his comment? God damn, bro. I think you trolling. I think you trolling me right there. Ain't no way, guys. Ain't no way. I think he trolling right there. If you really wake up loving the oppressor, brother, you funny. But I said that as a joke. But a lot of you really do. You wake up loving the oppressor. You think this place has never been better. It's terrible. That's why our God said this, arise ye and depart. But this is not our rest. How can we have rest? How can we have rest in this place? On what happens to our people? Our people are the first fired, last hired. Our people get unalived on a regular. It's terrible. Terrible. My first thought is, who? Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Huh? What you talking about? What are you talking about? First of all, Joe Biden, I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you a little piece of information that you don't know. Did you know that Joe Biden's name has been on every minor and major crime bill since 1972? Did you know that? I know you didn't. Since 1972, his name, his signature has been on every minor and major crime bill since 72. Joe Biden is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Now you're just confused. Now you're just confused. We don't have a political stance. We stand with Christ. We stand with our King. That's your problem. That's your problem. My God, he's probably a Trump supporter, I.S.U.P.K. You probably think, me down there in Mar-a-Lago, you think we're gonna take the White House back after we get Mike Pence. We're fighting against this invisible enemy. I got my Negroes, I.S.U.P.K, on TikTok. You know what I mean? Fighting and defending me. That's who you want. That's what you stand for. I believe it. I know. Here's the problem. And I can show you how evil that is, man. I'm glad I chose the topic that I chose, because we got brothers like this that are just confused, assuming that we Biden supporters. Joe Biden came out with that big crime bill in '94 that sent a lot of our people to jail. The reason why our fathers and uncles and brothers are still locked up is because of Joe Biden and the Clintons, man. But because he came out there and played the saxophone, and because he came out there and smoked a little weed, now guess what? Oh, Joe Biden is cool. He played the saxophone and you loved it. You ate it up. While he locked up more Black and Latino men and women than a little bit. He locked up more of our people than anybody else. That's who you want to support? That's who you want to support? Oh, you're saying you're a Biden supporter. Okay. I.S.U.P.K, give me, I'm going to let you go in a second, right? Give me in 2 Corinthians 11 and verse 14. But go ahead, bring what you was going to bring up.
You said 2 Corinthians 11?
2 Corinthians 11 and 14. We're going to come back to Micah.
This brother thinks he just loves America and America's so great. And he thinks that when we wake up in the morning, we just wake up all angry, mad, upset. See, we actually follow the Bible. The Bible says, surely oppression will make a wise man mad. You just might not be that smart.
You see, I tried not to say it. I tried not to, but you said it. I don't think so neither. I think he probably get high too. That's just an assumption. I'm not accusing you of that. I'm just making an assumption. I think you do. But the point is, what I was saying is so heavy. You think we wake up just angry at the world, you know what I mean? Like, oh, these angry niggas on TikTok. oh, mad as ever. We wonder why you not upset. Like, brother, what's going on with you where you so happy and go lucky? Don't you realize that this is something every black man is going to understand? Don't nobody give a damn about us. Am I lying? They don't give a damn about our people, man. They don't give a damn about that black, Latino, or First Nation man or woman. They do not. And if you think so, you are delusional. You are delusional. I'm going to say this. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We got to understand. You got to stop being delusional, brother. Hey, Shalom, boy. That's your thug. You know what your problem is? You high on the oppressor. You high on America. Thinking that this place is your friend. Thinking that, oh, you just going to be on the up and up, and you going to come up. No. You think supporting Joe Biden, you went out there and voted for Joe Biden when he said, if you got a problem between me and Trump and you ain't black. Like, who the fuck is Joe Biden to talk about we ain't black and we don't vote for him? You locked up more of our people than anybody. Like, stop there. You're the one that said in 94 that there's no reform in this people. That I don't want my kids going to those jungles talking about our schools with those ants, calling us ants. That's who you voted for? That's who you voted for? Ooh-wee. 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 Here's the thing. The Bible also says, though I be rude in speech, not in knowledge, young man. But because Joe Biden came out there and apologized, apologies ain't going to get my uncle out of jail. Apologies is not going to bring back countless brothers and sisters that were unalive, you know what I mean, during the 90s and even now by those policies that you signed off since 1972. That you got ignorant Negroes like my brother Cletus. Uncle Tom Cletus on TikTok. Uncle Cletus, god damn. Uncle Cletus. That's a damn shame. We got an Uncle Tom brother on TikTok talking about how great Joe Biden in America is. Yeah, we're talking about we just wake up and just be so angry at the white man. He probably think we breathe the oppressor's air. Type in a 1 or a 2. Type in a 1 if you think we just breathe in the oppressor's air. But I'm gonna show you your Joe Biden. Because Joe Biden came out there and apologized, and because, you know what I mean, he said, if you got a problem between me and Trump and you ain't black, you think he a good guy now. You think he's okay. Well, let me show you something what the Bible says. Give me 2 Corinthians 11 and verse 14.
2 Corinthians 11 and 14. And no more, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
And no more, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. What does it mean where Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light? How can you go from your name being on every minor and major crime bill since 1972, locking up more Black, Latino, and First Nation men and women than anybody, to now you got a problem between me and Trump that you ain't black? Now, Joe Biden, who is one of our greatest enemies, now he's an angel of light. Now he's a beacon for Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. You know what it was, brother? I'm going to tell you what it was. It's because Joe Biden made Juneteenth a national holiday. While the Orientals and the Asians and the Arabs, while they get laws passed, while the Asians got, you know what I mean? Like they got bills passed because they was getting beat up a year or two ago. Where they got crime bills passed for them. That if you touch one of them, it's a hate crime. You can forget about the LGBTQP, you know what I mean, community. Whatever you say about them, that becomes a hate crime. But because Joe Biden made Juneteenth, you know what I mean, a national holiday, you got brothers like our brother, like our Uncle Tom Cletus on TikTok. He like, you know, Joe Biden, a good white man. He good. He good. Talking with that Southern accent. He good now. He for our people. He gave us Juneteenth. I know, bro. I know. It's okay. I know. I'll tell you what's not going to help you. Joe Biden's not going to help you. He's not going to help. That's not going to help our people. No politician is. Believe it or not, this Bible is what's going to help our people. Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. Go ahead, Isupk.
I put an image up there. I if I could, what has Joe Biden done for people since he's been president besides have us not have to suffer Trump on TV and they can fool us? Because
I rather enjoy seeing Trump make a fool of himself.
I'd rather enjoy seeing Trump do it too, and at least Trump honest. You know what I'm saying? But this is the other thing about Joe Biden.
We not for Trump or Joe Biden.
Joe Biden is just as embarrassing as Trump was.
God.
I think it's worse.
Joe don't even remember what he had for breakfast this morning. Did you see when Joe was out there with the Pope? Let me know if I'm lying. You saw it. When Joe Biden was talking to the Pope, he was like, he don't even know what century he in. He went up to the Pope talking about, who's us? I'm gonna be nice. Joe Biden went up to the Pope and was like, there was this African baseball player, Satchel Paige. You know, Satchel Paige, he was 45, and you were supposed to lose your arm when you get older, but he was still pitching at a high level. The Pope ain't know what the fuck he was talking about. I'm sitting there like, come on, Joe. They call him Sleepy Joe. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what it really is, actually. Why y'all really love it? Why y'all love him so much? Because it's the same reason why you love Trump. It's the same reason why you love Elon Musk. You love the oppressor. You love the oppressor. And that's what we're not supposed to love. And if you love the oppressor, that's what you love right there. Caesar Borgia. You love Caesar Borgia. Because Jesus Christ is not this bastard that you see right here. Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, was a black man like you and me. You really love the oppressor. Go ahead, Ash.
What's so heavy about this whole interaction? He made sure he told you wasn't his brother. He made sure he told you. You called him a brother multiple times. And every time you said it, it probably hurt him that you kept calling him your brother. So he's
still my brother.
So listen, I'm saying
he's still my brother. He misguided, but he's still my brother.
He made sure he told you. He could have just stumped him on his side and not said. He made sure you knew you wasn't his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, he said you support your body. So you support your body, but you don't support. You see what I'm saying?
But Ashtaroth, that's a normal thing. Like, you know how many times, our people say, you're not my brother, you're not my sister. You treat the white man like family. Who had us in chains. And let me tell you what's so funny. Let me respond to that comment real quick, guys. Why end slavery? When did slavery end? When did slavery end? Raise your hand if you pay a bill. You pay for water? Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, wait a minute. You pay a car note? You pay rent? Wait a minute. Is it illegal to collect rainwater? Oh, you can't collect rainwater? Okay. In certain places, you got to pay for air. You know, you got to pay, they control airspace after a while. Like, goddamn. So when did slavery end? The physical chains came off, but the mental shackles are just as strong as ever. That's how you know. Talking about, oh, it's never been better. It's getting worse by the day. It gets worse, especially up here for brothers and sisters. So when you'll come up against your own people, you'll make it a point to say, you're not my brother, but you think Joe Biden is your brother. Joe Biden locked your actual brother up. He locked your actual father and mother up. Locked your actual sister up. Locked our people up. But you love him. Ooh, we're like a battered woman in a relationship. We are. That is who we are. We are like a battered spouse who just gets abused. That's why the scripture says this. You know what I mean? That a gift destroys. The precept says a gift destroys a heart. Destroying your mind. You think he gives you a little nugget that he's not going to abuse you anymore? We've been abused by these people, you know what I mean, since we came over here. Since the beginning, man. Keep going, Ash. Go ahead. Go ahead. Please do. Please, Ash, I want you to do that. I want you to. You know you could use the HDMI.
I'm not big with doing that.
Okay, with the HDMI, right? You just it'd be like sharing your screen, so you just plug it into the laptop and then go to HDMI 1 or 2. But that's good. You can play it right here.
Let's talk about Let's see what they got. This brother got to say.
Slavery type stuff you gotta do ain't going on pretty sure. For 50 cotton before my life. And when I get up there, the closest thing to slave I ever seen when I was young is a movie called Son. It was Cynthia Tyson. It was a slave picture, right? So I remember the movie Son, slave masters and all that shit. So when I get to Angola, I'm seeing the same thing I see on the movie Son. White men on the horse, talking bad to black prisoners, talking bad, calling them nigga this, nigga that, nigga get my car, nigga get my work, nigga do this, do that. So I'm from New Orleans. I have never seen a cotton ball in my life. So I don't know anything about picking no damn cotton. But at that time, they had a code that you had to pick 500 pounds of cotton a week.
Damn.
Now, he just said, why they in slavery? You can still be a slave if you commit a crime. And all of a sudden, black people are the number one people in prison.
Mm-hmm.
This brother went to a prison that's still today, and he just said he had to pick what 500.
500 pounds of cotton a day. Like, god damn. And you talk about it ended. It didn't end. It didn't end. Unless you go to prison. And who do they lock up more than ever? Who locked us up more than ever? Shalom. And that's your brother.
Joe Biden got niggas in jail picking cotton and working for chatting.
For nothing. For 15 cents an hour. For 15 cents an hour. Ironically, they got our brothers and sisters, men of the tribe of Issachar, doing the same thing. Doing the same thing.
That's right.
You got to understand. That's why when we brought out that story and why it's so evil, what they doing, you know what I mean, the Isupk, the Mexicans, what they doing to the Guatemalans, to Zebulon, what they doing, you know what I mean, to Argentina and Chile, you know what I mean, who's Naphtali, and the Brazilians, the Colombians, you know what I mean, who's Asher, on how they come over here, humble, got to crawl through razor wire. You ain't doing that to the Ukrainians. You ain't doing that to the Ukrainians. You ain't doing that to the Israelis. Here's the thing. But you do it to our people. You do it to our people, and you go home and sleep like babies while they abuse ours. And here's the thing. The prison industrial complex, man, and what's so heavy about it, if you look at it, and look at the inner specs of it, what does it resemble? That white bus is no different than the cheese bus that we went to school. The cafeteria is no different than the cafeterias that we went. Like that school to prison pipeline is very real. That's why they flood our neighborhoods with narcotics, with drugs, with weapons. They want us back in them prisons. That's why they fill it with us. And a lot of our brothers and sisters, man, you got brothers and sisters that get brought up on false charges, that get locked up for no reason. And here's the thing, they endorse our people being criminals. The guy that you call your brother, Joe Biden, he signed off on every minor and major crime bill since 72. 72. But that's your brother. So, but they're in prison. Don't be a felon. Easy. I pray that never happens to you, brother. I pray you never get brought up on no false charges. You know what I mean? Where they just lock you up, because surely Joe Biden understands. Surely he'll understand. I'm sure he knows you. You Uncle Cletus, you a good one. You're a good one. Good ones get locked up too. Understand that. Now I'm gonna drop some old Southern stuff on you. We can either hang together or hang separately. But what's the denominator? You hang. What our king did was cut the rope. That's what our king did. Our king cut the rope. Now we ain't gotta hang. Now we can hang together. That's why we gotta come back to what the Bible says. When they drop them drugs off, we shouldn't even be selling drugs and using drugs, period. When they drop them weapons off, I ain't saying leave the weapons. I ain't saying that. Pick them up, but leave the drugs. That'll terrify the hell out of them. They'd be like, hold up. They have a whole meeting, I.S.U.P.K. Understand. I'll tell you what is easy. For us coming back together and not doing the wickedness that they promote. Go ahead, Ash. You gonna say something?
No, if I could, that just goes back to the point earlier, man. The reason why Cletus ain't mad is he just not educated. That's one of them brothers where you can sit there, man, watch a 2-hour documentary. You explain every little thing they did to us, how we don't have anything, how we fall into criminality. And he just gonna sit there and like, you know what? You just got to, pick yourself a white bootstrap, even though our people have been perfectly destroyed by the president of the United States.
Yep. You're right, Ash. You're right. Motivate 101, you made a good point. It's not easy, right? And I somewhat agree. Because our people have been conditioned to hate each other by this oppressor. That's why it's hard. And a lot of our people are scared. That's why our mantra is no cowards, no excuses. Now is the time to stop being scared. Like if you're a Black or a Latino or First Nation man, now is the time to put on your strength, man. Now is the time to stand up. Put on that all black, man. Put them boots on, man. Now is the time to get down for our people. Because guess what? We have to be fathers to our children. We got to be brothers, you know what I mean, to our brothers and sisters, man. We got to be husbands to our wives. You got to be a soldier for Christ. That's our duty. Like, ain't about, listen, man. Like the scariness, guess what? The scariness, that has to go. We got to stop being scared. And that spirit of the Lord is here in the UPK. It's been here since 1969. This is where the Lord is with, man. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. If you're serious, man, come check us out, brother. Come get in class. Come sit in class physically, man. Get around the brothers. Get around the Akim, man. You'll see, we coming together. Like I say all the time, man. Y'all be looking at us like, oh, look at them crazy niggas. They like, man, we having fun in here. Y'all have no idea. You have no idea. So when the Bible speaks about, you know what I mean, that old man dying, and let that old man go with Christ and becoming brand new, I.S.U.P.K's a new man. Obviously, you die myself. I'm a new man. And here's the thing. I.S.U.P.K, drop that. Give me 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 15. I'm going to give you a precept, right, that none of them have been able to answer. I'm going to show you what the Bible says. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 15. This is one of my favorite verses, right? This is one of my favorite verses. And that's what we got to understand, right? Everybody that calls themselves a so-called camp, right? They all come out of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Well, first of all, camp is something that we do when we go out to the streets, you know what I mean, on Friday and Saturday. That's what we do. You know, that's what we go out there to teach our people. This is a school. And everybody, whether you Sakari, HOI, with the purple lads, you come out of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You branched off to do your own thing. It's no different than when Moses had his authority challenged by Aaron and Miriam. Look what happened to them. It is no different that when John the Baptist challenged Christ's authority, because John did not follow Christ. John decided that still have his own disciples while Christ, our King, was walking the earth. So this ain't nothing new, but this is what the Bible says. Read what you got, Ash.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 15.
Therefore, brethren, Akim, stand fast. Stand fast. Stand strong, man. You got to stand strong as a Black, Latino, or First Nation man and woman. And let me tell you something. I mean, to stand fast, you got to stand strong in this truth. You got to be strong. You can't be weak. You can't have a weak mindset. Keep going.
And hold the tradition.
And hold what?
The tradition.
And hold what?
The traditions.
And hold the traditions. What are the traditions? What are the traditions? The Bible says, and hold the traditions. Read.
It says, and hold the traditions which ye have been taught, whether by word or our epistle.
Whether by word or our epistle, meaning you got to uphold these traditions that we have been taught, whether by word or our epistle, man. Since 1969, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man, has been the home of the truth. This is the only home of the truth, holding the traditions, and not just from Abba Biblis down to the seven heads, the commanding general Yohanan, from Adam, you know what I mean, to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, you know what I mean, to Moses, you know what I mean, to Isaiah, Jeremiah, you know what I mean, all the way down to Christ. We uphold these traditions, man, whether we've been taught by word or our epistle. Now is the time for everybody to come back home. Now is the time for everybody to come back home and get back in order. And get back in order. I understand you come home, you know what I mean? You find out that you're an Israelite online. Most of us do. You become an individualite first. You know what I mean? You're doing crazy nonsense because you don't have no discipline. You don't have no order. That's fine. We're going to bring that for you, brother. You got to get back in order. You got to get back in order. How can you claim, you know what I mean, you serve Christ? You know what I mean? That you serving Christ, you doing the Lord's work when you can't even say con out of one con. You can't get in order. You can't follow rank and order. When Christ is king. Christ is king. The disciples was in order. You had a Judas, and John didn't even become one. Talk about the Baptist, not the disciple, the Baptist. Don't be that brother. Don't be that sister. Don't be, I'm going to do my own thing, because that's what John did. John the Baptist said, nah, Christ was walking around, I'm going to do my own thing. Aaron and Miriam said, nah, we should, why they got to go to, why is the Lord dealing with Moses? Don't be that brother. Don't be that sister. Don't cause discord. Don't do that. We're supposed to be one body. How are we one body when you over there teaching a whole different doctrine that you did not get from One West, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge? You ain't get that from here. We wasn't teaching that a microchip was going to go up your ass. We wasn't teaching that you can abuse women like the purple lads do. We wasn't teaching that you can lay with heathens like GMS and certain other groups do. We didn't teach that. You broke off and started to do your own thing. There's no such thing as do your own thing. You got to do what the Lord says, man. You got to get back in order. You got to get back in order, Black man, Latino man, First Nation man. You got to get back. I understand you naturally got a warrior spirit, that you want to serve the Most High. Come and do it the right way. Come do it the right way. And listen, Jacob, you ain't got to go back and forth with this nut. I done broke down earlier what we do. We get our brothers and sisters off of drugs, man. We get our brothers and sisters, man, out them damn streets and unaliving each other, getting them sisters off the poles, man. Going out there. We don't just challenge the Christian church and the Muslim mosque. We come up against everybody. We come up against every institution that is against our people, man. No matter who the hell you think you are. If you are against the Most High God, Yahweh, if you are against our King Yahweh Shah Mashiach, then guess what? We are against you. We speak out against the drug dealer. We speak out against the whore and the whoremonger. We speak out against the unalive. We go out there. We just got done having food drives in Killeen, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Baltimore, New York, Philly. We have them going on all across the earth, out there in Trinidad and Tobago, out there in the UK, over there in Puerto Rico. Our people our brothers got boots on the ground, man, everywhere, helping our people. What the fuck are you doing besides this on TikTok? What are you doing besides this? What you doing right now? What are you doing? What are you doing? Name 3 things that you do. You're sitting here on a Thursday night because your wife won't give you no tail, arguing with me because you're mad. Trying to get us to love the oppressor. Well, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And some of y'all brothers know who you are. You got to stop doing this right here. Got to stop doing that. Stop the tweeting. Stop the fake toughness. Come and get down and do the actual work. Because that's what we do. We actually go outside. That's the problem, Master. Why? They don't go outside. It just hit me. You don't go outside. Ooh, you don't go outside. This is your life right here. This is your life. Scrolling, typing. Brother, go outside and touch grass. That's an order. I want you to go outside and touch grass, touch the ground. Take a deep breath. This is terrible, man. A lot of y'all don't even know what the outside looks like. You go out there like, what year is it? That's why our God told us, man, go back to Micah chapter 2 and verse 10 after a while. Go back to Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Because that's what it is. Am I lying? That's what it is. The brother ain't touching grass. That's what it really is. A lot of brothers and sisters is like that. You can't be an internet warrior and think you're tough or thinking you're doing the Lord's work. What? We go outside after walk, feed our people, teach our people, and you know, they can come out there and do whatever. And guess what? We go out there and risk our lives. They in the comfort of their own homes or in their mother's basement, like our brother, in their mom's basement, just chilling, typing, got the Cheetos and cookies all over the chest. It's a damn shame. Or he in his crib, his wife is in the other room with the toolbox. Because he don't even want to touch her no more. He got that other thing that them brothers be on. He done, Rob said, after walk, he done doing this right here. Got the box wine and everything. You got to stop that, man. Our God said this. Read what you got, Micah chapter 2 and verse 10.
Come, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Jesus Christ. Read that again.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. This ain't your rest, brother. You can't have rest in this place, man. You got to rise ye and depart. You got to take your mindset out of this place. And listen, now you're telling on yourself. Talking about, bro, I'm 21. I'm not 50. He already gave me too much information, brother. I need you to put your phone down. I know your phone is it's covered in all type of filth and just whatever, because you pay $12.99 because you don't know how to go out there and talk to an actual system. You got a whole library of pictures that you pay for at the helm of your hand. God knows that ain't the only thing you're doing with that. Brother, know you're starving. Know you're starving not just for attention, but for the other thing. Go outside and touch grass. Because now you done told me too much information. What is a 21-year-old, you know what I mean, or a TikTok doing at this type of night, besides being a contentious, facetious, ignorant brother?
He young.
I know.
He needs some help.
He need help.
We'll show you how to get him.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. You mad? I know that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. We know a lot of young brothers, man. I got young brothers in the room, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. We can teach you how to go out there and get it. You ain't got to be angry at the world. That's what it is. Like, you mad at the world right now because you slide in 100 DMs and you're not getting no responses. I understand, brother. I get it. I do. You're probably an incel. Incel brothers, the only thing that they hate more than them sisters that they love to scroll on their OnlyFans, they hate to see truly, you know what I mean, strong brothers. But you can be a strong brother. You can be. You in the right place, brother. You in the right place. You in the right place. Our God said, arise ye and depart. Part of God, we was outside too. I was outside at 21, brother. We was outside. I wasn't just online on my phone. I pray you understand. I did that. You got to arise ye and depart. Take your mind out of this place. And we know plenty of 21-year-olds, man. Big shout out to priest and officer of 500 Mathum Yard out of Trenton, New Jersey. Young brother right there. Young brother right there. Solid soldier, man. That brother go outside with just one other brother and pass out flyers, give out food, doing the Lord's work out there in Trenton, New Jersey. You got a lot of young brothers, man. Big shout out to Officer Kalaka's. You know what I mean? My little brother Kalaka's out there. He outside for real. I should walk out there getting ribs. Listen, a lot of out there getting ribs, making children, working out, teaching, doing everything. God damn. Just saying. You got young brothers in here that's doing the work. Listen, you can do the work too. You in the right place. Go ahead, Ash.
He just had an officer like 16.
Big shout out to the one Ya'ala out of Florida, man. The one Ya'ala, he started calling up when he was 12 years old. That was 3 years ago. He's now a priest and officer in this school At 15 years old, Barack can tell you why Yahweh was shot. Listen, man. Let me explain something to you, brother, and I'm gonna leave you alone after this comment that I'm about to say. You shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have said that. You know you done fucked up. You know you done fucked up. Yes, that brother goes outside. Yeah, them young brothers go outside, they tearing up actual tail. They going outside and teaching and doing the Lord's work. While you inside, when you get off my live, you're gonna be on that girl's live playing $12.99. And if you got a girl, what's she doing right now while you on this live with me? She with that other man. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. You seem like a young brother that got to take $40 out of her purse and pay for it. That she got from the other man. So I wouldn't go that way with me, brother. Don't do that. Go ahead, Ash. You gonna say something?
Good. It was even heavier if that young brother, you said he started calling up when he was 12.
I know you were. I could tell. I could tell.
The brother became an officer. That brother down there in Florida. You understand what I'm saying? Where they fed our children alligators, man. And he see the condition of his people, and he see that he needs to do something about it. Instead of coming on the line being Uncle Cletus, Uncle Brown. You understand? Uncle Tom sitting there talking about how you support Joe Biden, you're not doing it. Meanwhile, black people do something all the time, but then there's people like you that love their oppressor too much. Say, you're not going to do nothing to get in the field with us and put your boots on. Shut the damn mouth.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? Like, now you acting like a woman. That's what you act. A woman to sit there and try to pick you apart, to deal with you, and try to bully you with, oh, I got something better than you. Joe Biden is your man. That's really what's going on. Joe Biden is your man, and you love him there. That's really what it is. So you're going to fight for your man and for what you love, and you love a place that has historically hated your people. You understand what I'm saying? We can sit here and do a 24-hour live, and we still not going to talk about that.
Okay. And what's so heavy about what you're saying, Oscar, what? I halfway don't blame the young brother, because what happens is our young brothers get so destroyed in this place where you think that is the only way out. So when you finally come across the righteous priests and prophets of the Most High, you know what I mean, it takes you by storm. You're like, what is this? What's that? I understand the questions of what are y'all doing? The brother probably genuinely did not know that we're outside because he don't go outside. He probably has no clue that we're outside in his city, teaching and doing the Lord's work, feeding our people, actually got boots on the ground. A lot of young brothers wish they could do this. I'm here to tell you, you can do it. You can, but you have to make that step, man. You have to make a decision in your life. Are you going to continue to be a slave? More importantly, are you going to continue to be a slave up here? Or are you going to get out in the field and get down in the dirt with your brothers, man, and do this work? Like, I respect every brother that come up in here, man, that don that all black, that put them boots on, that put that headband on. We all had to do it. All of us at one point had to make a decision to choose life. To choose life. Keep reading this and then get me Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 19, Oscar.
You said Deuteronomy what?
Deuteronomy chapter 30. I'm gonna get it for you. After you finish reading Micah, right? I want you to give me Deuteronomy. Bobbity. Deuteronomy 30 and verse 19. What do we mean by getting in the dirt? Getting in the dirt meaning this. You're not, first of all, stop being facetious. Stop being facetious. And if you don't know what facetious means, stop being a smart ass. Because you know what getting down in the dirt means. Meaning get down and get into work. Meaning put in work. Get out here and help our people. Get out here, get up in this school, man, and put on that all black and be a soldier. Now, here's the thing. Now, this is what I will say. This is what I will say. It ain't meant for every brother to be a soldier. Not every brother is a soldier. I will say that. Not every brother's a soldier. But if you want to give it a shot, try it. God damn, put on that all black. You can at least do that. And if you don't want to rock the all black, no sweat. Come and learn for yourself. Come and put in work, man. Come and see what your brothers is out here doing. We just had a food drive in Baltimore, man. Well, we fed over hundreds of our people. We just got done in San Antonio. We just got done, you know what I mean, in Killeen, Texas. We just got done in New York City. Here's the thing. The battle that we fight is the battle against this place, against America, against that brain, against that. Listen, and we're so heavy, right? When y'all think about brainwashing and when y'all brainwash, we are, because our brains used to be filthy with this place, man. Your brain got to get washed of all the nonsense of this place, man. Fighting against, you know what I mean, that demon of being an LGBTQ, of being a sodomite, of being a whore or a whoremonger, of being an unalive, getting our people off of drugs, man. Understand, it is a mindset battle. And guess what? I.S.U.P.K made a good point. You too young and dumb for this conversation. Too young and dumb for this conversation. Indeed, you are. Way too young and dumb. Because you asked some ridiculous questions. Like I broke down, you know what I mean, the work that we got to do. Go ahead, Ash. Please do.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4. Mm-hmm. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Meaning you don't got to go out there and grab, you know what I mean, a rifle and fight a carnal battle. You're not going to war like that. This is a spiritual battle that we have to face. You know what that spiritual battle is? I'm not going to smoke this weed no more. I'm not going to take these perk 30s no more. I'm not gonna just sleep, you know what I mean, with a sister and throw her away. I'm not gonna live the alternative lifestyle. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. You're right, it is a spiritual battle, and you are losing the spiritual war. How do you know that you're losing the spiritual war? You over here and you endorse Joe Biden, who locked more of our people up than anything. And guess what? We're in those prisons. We go to those prisons and we teach our brothers and sisters that are in prison. Big shout out to Captain Zakar. Big shout out to Prison Officer Sharatazar. Big Officer Marshall Moore out there, man. Hold it down. We out there in the prisons too, raising our brothers and sisters up while you doing this. Talking about all you doing is feeding and yapping. And this is all you do. You doing this right here. A TikTok Twitter warrior. That's what you are. A keyboard warrior. I get it. I understand. You haven't been outside in 3 years. And when you go outside, you know what I mean, is to do whatever. Y'all, I'm being nice, Isupk. I'm assuming the young brother got a slavery. Probably don't got a slavery neither. Probably don't, you know what I mean, got a slavery that he go to. Probably just in the basement chilling on TikTok, Twitter all day. I understand. This is my thing, Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. We fighting to build up, like you said, Isupk, this nation. And that's what we doing. We can't just stay inside, man. It's a war going on outside. And you don't even know it's a war. You have no clue. You too busy thinking, oh, man, this is a good place. This is a good place. That don't even make no sense. It don't. Because we're outside doing the work. We outside teaching our people, out there in the streets every week. We out there feeding our people. We out there going to war for our people, going up against this place. We go out there and tell the oppressor that he is the devil that the Bible speaks of to his face. While you having anxiety just sitting in your room typing up what you typing up. Go ahead, Isupk.
I was gonna say, when they say weapons of warfare are not carnal, the next part they pulling down strongholds. We pull Black people out of Christianity, which is a slave, white supremacy, money grab religion. Like that heavy in itself, like to let people know that Christ and the Israelites are Black people. You understand what I'm saying? Or Hispanic, or Native American. Let them know the real history of the Bible. We pull our people out of Christianity. That's more work than you want to do in a lifetime. You don't have to get it. Like you can't do nothing to defend that. Because they set us on fire to make us Christians. They allowed us to make us Christians. They went around the earth and lied to everybody to make us Christians. We do the opposite. It's people over there right now unaliving Palestinians, and those are also Edomites. You understand what I'm saying? We let the world know that those people over there that you think that are children of God, they just more devils. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that alone, when you sit there and you ask what we done, it's just like, what do you even challenge? What are you even talking about?
God.
You sit there endorsing Joe Biden. Who the hell is Joe Biden to you? What has Joe Biden done for you? Joe Biden didn't show up and act like he loved Black people until it was election time.
God.
But when it was election time and it wasn't pertaining to winning the Black vote, he was winning the white vote. He was putting Black people in jail.
Damn sure was.
You understand what I'm saying? Didn't want our kids to go to school with his kids. Look at Joe Biden's son. I don't want my kids going to school with Joe Biden's kids.
Listen, Joe Biden's kids is in the White House getting high off everything.
Right.
Go ahead. You gonna say something, brother?
No, I was about to say what you about to say.
They getting high.
Right, yeah.
Crack. You right? No, you right.
The son buying.
He in there slinging crack, doing crack in the White House. Like that shit ain't crazy to you? Doing crack, and that's who you want? That's who you want? And listen, Motivate 101, we talked about that already, like the immigrant crisis, man. Let me tell you something how wicked that is, man, to reiterate. Like, I'm pretty sure you know this. We went over this on Black Watch with Commander GEN.YAHANNA this past Monday, every 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., about how they're securing funds for the Ukraine and the Israelis, but they're cracking down on, you know what I mean, Isupk. They're cracking down on Zebulon. They're cracking down on Naphtali. They're cracking down on Asher. They're cracking down on the South and Central Americans. You know what I mean? Our Latino brothers and sisters, man, who are the chosen people of God. That Latino man and First Nation man and woman, they are the chosen people of God, man. And they cracking down on them. They want to toughen up, you know what I mean, the border, but they want to let the Ukrainian and the Israelis get all the funding. Goes to show you how evil and wicked the oppressor is. That's why we say he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. El hombre blanco es el diablo. But some of you believe, oh, America is the greatest place on earth. Why? Because your mommy said so, your daddy said so. That's the problem, Black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. Like we were saying earlier, Ashtawa, you got to get outside. Man. You got to get outside. You got to put in this work. Our people right now are going through it, going through hell, going through too much hell. And it ain't off for this reason. I'll tell you why it ain't off. I watched 500,000 Ukrainians walk through the Mexican border. 10 Mexicans can't do that. 5 Haitians can't do that. When the Haitians tried to get over the border, they met them on horseback and whipped them on horseback. I'm like, God damn, Ashtawa, what year is this? What year is it? They did that. You know what else you did? You let those Arabs from Afghanistan come over. Oh man, by the tens of thousands, you let them through the border. You let them through the border without no resistance. You didn't do to them to what you did to the Mexicans or the Guatemalans or the Central Americans. You lock them up in cages. You take away their children and send their children and traffic their children. You ain't do that to the Ukrainians. You ain't do that to the Arabs. So don't say that we're off. That's off. No. And you're right. They don't do it to Africans neither. Let me tell you, I'm so glad you brought that shit up. Are you aware? They talk about, oh, the Mexicans, the Guatemalans, the Colombians. There are more Asian and Africans over here without a visa than anybody else. Nobody says nothing to Nofutu, Nungala, the Black Panther. They don't say nothing to Ryu or Chun-Li or Li Chang or Shang Tsung. They don't say nothing to them. Nothing to them. Shang Tsung come over here and take souls. Right. He come over here and take souls, man. Come up in Chinatown, you know what I mean, and serve you anything in that suit, and you wonder why it costs $1. Crazy, ain't it? Let them come over here and establish themselves. Don't get me started on the East Indians. Don't get me started on the East Indians. Along with, you know what I mean, the Chinese, the Japanese, and the Africans, the East Indians over here without a visa, they're not stopping them. ICE and Border Patrol ain't coming towards them. But you know why they're stopping that Latino man and woman? Because that Latino man and woman, man, guess what? They are the chosen people of God. Latino man, First Nation man, nosotros somos familia, una raza. We are one people. We are one people. We got to come back together, man. We got to come back together. They came down there against Haiti, man. They came up against our Haitian brothers and sisters. And nobody wanted to help the tribe of Levi. That's who the Haitians are, the tribe of Levi. Nobody went down there to help them when they were getting whipped on horseback. Oh, that's right. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, TITHES, We went out there to feed and clothe and help our Haitian brothers and sisters, man. We went down there when nobody's church did, when no other organization did. We went down there and brought over 10,000 pounds of food to our Haitian brothers and sisters because we give a damn about the Haitians, man. We give a damn about the West Indians. Shalom, sir. Yes, sir. Salaka, sir, that you went to class? God, sir. We give a damn about the Haitians. We give a damn about the West Indians. We give a damn about the Latinos. We give a damn about the Native American Indians and Seminole Indians and that black man and woman in America when nobody else cares. When everybody else gives up and don't give a damn and just decides to succumb to their weakness, the Israelite School of UPK, we stand on business, man. And the only ones that stand on business, like the kids say. If business was a street, we go out there and hold camp on that motherfucker every week. Slaki for the language, TikTok. Y'all know what I was saying. It's for educational purposes. We go outside and we teach our people every week, man. Whether it be in these classes, whether it be out in the streets, and we feed our people, man. Listen, man. I.S.U.P.K, we coming. You can't stop it. You cannot stop it. This is the one place that they want to stop bad, but they cannot. That's why our God said, arise ye and depart. That's what we got to do. Take our mind out of this place. Stop celebrating Christmas. Stop celebrating Thanksgiving, man. Let me tell you something. I was talking to some brothers today at the slavery. You know what they were dreading? Brothers was dreading Valentine's Day. A couple brothers, shalom, sir. A couple of brothers at my slavery was dreading Valentine's Day because they know damn well when they don't get their Eve, when they don't get that sister Valentine's Day gift, ooh-wee, you're going to be on the couch. They're going to be kicking you out. They're going to be throwing bleach on your clothes, man. Forget about Valentine's Day. Forget about Christmas, Thanksgiving. Forget about the 4th of July. That's when the Lord meant when he said, take our mind out of this place. Arise ye and depart. Read. Come. Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Read it again from the top.
So come, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
This is not our rest. This ain't our rest. How in the hell can we get rest in this place? How can we get rest? When we get unalive by the second. When we getting abused by the second.
Good. We're so heavy about what you're bringing out. About this not being our rest. We had cities. We could have just had our towns, had our cities, and chill. You know what happened? The oppressor came and unallowed us and ran us out of our land, man, and built parks over the land that we own, man. You understand what I'm saying? 6 million black people fled to the northern states because of the oppression and the hell and the terrorism that they were dealing with in the South. This place is not our rest, man.
Let me tell you something. What you're saying, Oscar is so heavy. So many of our people had to flee from the South and come up north. Are you aware out there in New York, Seneca Village? Are you aware that all of Central Park used to belong to us? It was a thriving community of black men and women and Latinos, man, and they took it from us. Took it from us. We had plenty of Black Wall Streets, man, out there in Tulsa, Oklahoma, out there in North and South Carolina, man, where we lived in prosperity with that Latino man and the First Nation man and woman, man. They came and burned it to the ground, abusing our people. And I'm supposed to believe because Cletus said that everything is better. Come on, man. God damn, brother. God damn. Listen, I'm right there with you. Me and Jacob, the Judah, guess what? We got the same schedule. I slaved the same way. 6 days a week, sometimes 12-hour shifts. What rest? I don't know what rest is. God damn. God damn, brother. That's heavy. And that's a lot of brothers. See, partners, I felt that too. He talking to every brother right now. That's every brother's schedule. We go out there and we slave away. Now, when we say slavery, we mean an elevator plantation, a job. We don't call it a job because the job for Black and Latino and First Nation men is being a priest of the Lord. So we call that job an elevator plantation, slavery. That's what we do. And we still barely getting by. Listen, brother, I got a personal beef with PICO. PICO is the electric company out here in Pennsylvania and Philly. I got a personal beef with them. When I go out there, listen, if you ever, I.S.U.P.K has been out there. I.S.U.P.K is a witness. When Officer Murad was here, so when I go out there in the streets and I be saying a lot of y'all is behind on your electric bill like me, I ain't lying. I'm behind just like everybody else. You can forget about that car note. You can forget about the rent, the bills, the mortgage. What rests? And the one brother talking about slavery ended. I wouldn't know.
Right.
Listen, Quatters, I'm glad we beefing with them together. Beefing. Go ahead, Ash.
In the Bible, you can't charge usury. I'm gonna say that. You can't
Sure.
charge interest to people. You give them something, they gotta give you something.
Right.
When you get a mortgage, you end up paying 30 years, and you end up paying so much interest, you end up paying double.
Right. You bought the house twice.
That's not to me. Yeah, you can pay $300,000. That's not to me.
That's captivity. That is captivity. That is slavery. That is oppression. We are oppressed, black man, Latino man, First Nation man and woman. I don't know what else to tell you. That's what the Bible said. Go ahead, Ash.
And what's so heavy about it is, if you look at how valuable land is, they can sell a $250,000, $500,000 house on 1 acre of land. They stole between 14 and 18 million acres of land. You understand what I'm saying? So when people be like, "Oh yeah, I'm living happy," and all this and the third, your family don't own it probably because it's stolen from you.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? And the opportunities our people have, not these fellas, is because opportunity was stolen from their great grandparents. Man. You understand what I'm saying? Like think about what they have done to us and what they have taken from us. And then you sit here and you run around and you see children and our people with no direction. And not even just children that don't have no direction. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because our people have been destroyed. That's why the Bible says this is the people robbed and spoiled. That's why I love that church. I read that damn every time I go to campus.
I love this. I love this one too. Give me Isaiah 14:21. Let me get that one. You're right. We are people robbed and spoiled, man. Robbed and spoiled. Let me tell you something. Back during the 50s and 60s, they didn't want to give us loans for our homes, but they gave the oppressor those loans for their homes. And now their homes are worth $4 to $5 to $6 to $7, $800,000, some of them millions of dollars, while we're still behind on payments, man, barely trying to get by. Barely getting by. Don't own anything because we were robbed of that. Robbed of that. That's why our God said this. Read.
Isaiah 14:21. Slaughter for his children.
Prepare slaughter for his children. Meaning this, man, we got to prepare slaughter. Prepare slaughter for his children. Read.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
For the sins of their fathers. Oh, yeah. It may not have been every oppressor. It may not have been all, but guess what? They're going to get punished like something. Oh, you better believe that. They got to pay for what their fathers did because they benefit from it. They benefit from it. When they say, "Oh, I didn't do it," Mr. Pewterschmidt be like, "I didn't do it, Yediah. That was my great-great-great-grandfather." Well, you have to pay for it.
Right.
You got to pay for it because you're benefiting off of it. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their fathers, for the sins of their fathers. Guess what? They got to pay. You're going to pay what you owe. I pray you understand. You are going to pay what you owe. In blood too. I'm gonna show you that. Keep reading, Nash.
That they do not rise nor possess the land.
Man, they not gonna rise or possess the land. It's gonna come a time where they ain't gonna be in charge no more. They ain't gonna be in rulership because they're terrible leaders. Terrible. I tell you something, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Like they hate our people, man. They have had a perpetual hatred against us. A lot of us at these elevator plantations, they treat us like garbage, man. Call us out our names, man. I was at the slavery one time. I had my Mitri on. Man, I had my Mitri on at the slavery. You know what I mean? I was like, after what? I had my fro out and everything. I tied the Mitri up. I was getting so many compliments from the sisters. I was like, man, I'm about to wear my Mitri every day. And then the oppressor came and insulted me and said some crazy stuff to me. My man Ron in the comments, he was there. I used to slay with that brother. Big shout out to my brother Ron, man, tuning in the class, man. He remember that day where that devil from hers came in, you know what I mean, and said that comment that he said to me, and I had to straighten him out. I ain't put my hands on him or nothing like that. Just to let y'all know, I ain't do that. But we definitely had a nice conversation. He may or may not have called my mother out her name, which had nothing to do with anything, but he got straightened out. That's the old shout, evil to your president. And then he almost got straightened out by some Ephraim brothers. Listen, man, that day he was about to get rolled on by Judah, Ephraim, and Issachar, and Gad. He came in and pissed off everybody. Go ahead, Ash.
Good. This happened to me first later, but recently I just seen it happen to Russell Westbrook. The devil said, "I paid for these seats, boy." Oh,
She said, I paid for these seats.
Russell
Man.
Westbrook got money to them.
Brother,
You paid to come see Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is a boy to that devil. It's a lot.
man, listen. Goes to show you how wicked the oppressor is, man. He's a brother that's making millions of dollars. That's a mindset, man. I remember one time, man, we was back there, me and my man, Roberto, Issacharite brother. Shout out to Roberto too, man. Shout out to Issachar, Mexican brother. We got done unloading the truck. Another truck came in that Esau they tell us about. He came back and was like, I don't know who's going to unload this truck, but I'm sure one of you boys will. Man, I was like, show thing, boss. And I started doing the Bojangles. You can ask Brother Dr. Walk. I start tap dancing. I said, show thing, boss. I start tap dancing and everything. He ain't asked me to do shit for a while. I'll tell you. He ain't asked me to do nothing. And yeah, you know why I did it. I did it to be condescending. I did. But goddamn, listen. They don't give a damn. They do not. It's something up here with them, man. That's why our God said, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land. They ain't supposed to be in charge. They ain't supposed to be in charge. They had war with everything and everybody and himself. Like, damn, Russia and the Ukrainians are the same people. Wait a minute. Ashwak, you made a good point earlier. They are for sure the same people. How come y'all ain't talking about that white on white crime that's going on over there with them? But y'all quick to throw that in brothers' faces. You got to stop the black on black crime, which we do. We go out there and speak against brothers unaliving each other, but y'all ain't saying nothing about Putin and what's that devil? Zelensky? Let's go call him something. He's a side. Zelensky's a side. Just saying, that's the nice thing of the well, it ain't nice. He's a side. He out there. He missed Ukraine. The president of the president of Ukraine is Miss Ukraine. Is Miss Universe.
Right.
It's a lie. It's a lie. You can look this up. He is. You can look it up. He is. You ain't talking nothing about the crime that him and Pooh Shiesty is doing to each other. You ain't saying nothing wrong with each other. And they're getting funded from America. That's why our God said that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. There's going to come a time where they are not going to be in charge no more. They are not. Give me Obadiah. Give me Obadiah 1:7. Real quick, well, for sure. Obadiah 1:7. They not supposed to be. They proven themselves to be inadequate for the just. That's why the scripture says this, man, when the righteous are in rulership, the people are going to rejoice. Everybody is going to rejoice when Blacks, Latino, and First Nation men are going to be in charge under Christ. When Christ rules this earth, everybody is going to be in order. Everyone is going to rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, man, the people mourn. Everybody's mourning because Biden is in charge. Putin is in charge. They shouldn't be. It ain't going to be for long. Go ahead, Ashwa.
What you bringing up is amazingly heavy. And this heavy.
Most time, Christ.
The Bible said you won't know the tree by its fruit.
Okay.
And you got lying about the Bible. Then you got slavery for us.
Mm-hmm.
But then you so-called let us free, but then made us be slaves in jail and continue to oppress us.
Okay.
Then instead, while you got the country, you got the power, you got billions of dollars to keep people out.
They do.
You got $877 billion put on your military. You got billions of dollars to send to the Ukraine, right?
Sure.
But you could not have used that money for positive things in your own country. This country could have been the greatest, most peaceful country on the earth, and everybody on the earth could probably try to get along. They can talk. But what's the fruit of America? The fruit of America is war, unallowed robbery, murder, and assault. That thing is the fruit of America. That's the fruit of America. A bunch of child traffickers and organ harvesters.
Man.
He never devil. Like Mike said, it's full of devils here.
Like, we're gonna have to do a part 2 to this, Ash.
Right.
We're gonna have to do a part 2 to Esau being the devil on next Thursday, man, because we ain't even get into Epstein.
Right.
Like, what Epstein did on his island, what's the difference between Epstein's island and what Caligula did in Rome? What's the difference? It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Caligula when he was in rulership over Rome. What Epstein did over there in his island, it's no different, man. Like it ain't enough time in the day. And all the prominent ones, Joe Biden was on Epstein's island. So was Donald Trump. Osterwatch, they had Stephen Hawkins out there. They had Stephen Hawkins on Epstein's island. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door. Some poor child. Oh my goodness. It's terrible. 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 Like, this place is really spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Like, it really is. Like, when the scripture says that this place, America, is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, it is. It's Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, Rome on steroids. It is. That's why God has to destroy this place. He's going to. Go ahead, Ash.
This place is worse than something. And I'm gonna tell you.
We're gonna break that down next week too. We're gonna break down all of Daniel, the 7th chapter.
I'm gonna tell you something, right? I never wanted to see this video. I never wanted to see this explained to me, but because I run the TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, let me see if I can stomach watching this. And I watched the video of some side that wanted to go and get their gender change from a man to a woman. Now, I've avoided this for years. I had somebody that was like,
brother, I couldn't see
stomached it and listened to how he explained it. And I was like, this place is insane. Because you cannot turn a male member into a female member and vice versa. It don't even make sense. You're literally mutilating and castrating yourself. And you're teaching children that if they want to go do this, they should get on hormones and go do it, but you still cannot turn a male member into a female member. It's not going to work. You're going to end up destroying yourself. The most views on our video on TikTok is one of them saying, I have to continue getting surgeries because I have a wound now. It's not working. You understand what I'm saying? You can't do it. We need to tell people to stop doing this. He's saying all of the ones that regret transitioning.
Oh, they do.
This place is madness.
Because it ain't no going back.
This is madness.
This is, brother. Give it up, Osterwalker. Osterwalker saying it's so heavy, man. Osh is saying it's heavy. This place is worse, man. I don't know how you sat through it, man. I be having a hard time sitting through some of them other videos I'll be playing, man. I be sitting there like, man, this place, when is Christ coming back?
Right.
That's what I'll be like. I'll be sitting back, brother, like, Lord, please. Like, damn. I was looking at what was going on with that devil, Vince McMahon. That's why I said we got to do a part 2. Like, like, behind me and behind sit up there in black white, like, God damn, like, that shit made me want to pray for that white girl. I never prayed for a white woman in my life. I was contemplating praying for. It's like, damn, what is Christ gonna return? Like, this ain't right. This is terrible what's going on out here. Give me Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 8.
The book of Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 8. Shall I not in that day, save the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
The Lord said in that day he was going to destroy even the wise men out of Edom. All those smart oppressors, the Lord said he's getting rid of them. Read.
And understanding out of the mount of Esau.
And understanding out of the mount of Esau, meaning all those that think they smart, that have knowledge and understanding. The Lord said he was going to cut them off. Read.
It says, and thy mighty men, O Teman.
Teman is the son of Esau, the Germans. Keep going.
Shall be dismayed.
Shall be dismayed. Oh, they're going to be confounded. They're going to be confused. Read.
To the end that every one of the mount of Esau.
That every one of the mount of Esau, read.
May be cut off by slaughter. Every one of the mount of Esau be cut off by slaughter.
Why are all the Edomites? Why is every one of the mount of Esau going to be cut off by slaughter? I'll tell you why. Scripture's going to explain it. Read.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. Because of the violence that was done against that Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman, because Jacob is our forefather. Jacob is our forefather whose name was changed to Israel, man. We are the children of Israel, Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. Because of the violence Esau has had against Jacob. Read.
Shame shall cover thee.
Shame shall cover thee. Shame shall cover thee. The shame of what they've done to the North American Indian. The shame of what they've done to the Seminole Indian, to the Puerto Rican, to the Cuban, to the Mexican, the Guatemalan, the Colombian, the Brazilian, to the Haitian, to the West Indian, to the Negro, man. Shame shall cover thee. Read.
And thou shalt be cut off forever.
And thou shalt be cut off forever. I mean, it's going to come a time when we're going to wake up and there ain't going to be no more oppressors, man. Rocket thought you how while you out shop. There's going to come a time when there ain't going to be no more oppressors. No more. And that's rightfully so. That's why we got to get right. That's why we got to do what our God commanded us to do. Let me explain something, man, to every Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. What's your name again, young brother? Daquan? Can you give me one scripture? I want you to read for me Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. Ashtawak, I want you to hold Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4. But let me get Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6 first. Okay.
But thou art a holy people.
The Lord said in Deuteronomy 7 and 6, for thou art a holy people. Our God said that we are a holy people, a separate people. When you look the word holy up, holy means to be set apart, to be separate. For thou, God is telling every Black, Latino, and Native American Indian that we are a holy people, a separate people. Read on.
Unto the Lord thy God.
We are a separate people unto the Lord thy God. Meaning our God does not love everybody. Our God chose us. We are a separate people unto the Lord thy God. Meaning this, he could have chose anyone, but he chose that Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman. He chose us to be a holy people, a separate people unto the Lord thy God. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. He chose us to be a special people. That's why these other nations can't do what we do. They can't shoot a basketball the way we can. They can't throw a football. They can't hit a tennis ball. They can't hit a golf ball. They can't run. They can't swim. They can't even think the way we think. I tell you why, 3 sisters sent the white man to the moon. You can forget about it. We made every major and minor invention over here, man. You can't mess with us, you know what I mean, in the educational field, you know what I mean, the scientific field, the work field, in the athletics, you can't mess with us. Our God chose us to be special. Listen, man, if you got a special pair of shoes, special pair of shoes is better than them other pairs because they special to you. We're special to our God. Go ahead, Ash.
Good. Even on top of all that, just think about us being the people that the Lord chose. Like, that's automatic. It makes you different. And it shows in our spirit. The way our people are, we spiritually correct. And you right. It's unfathomable compared to anybody else. You look at the so-called Israelite, you just see how much the hypocrite is. You look at the oppressor, and you just see how much of a terrible child abuser and a fornication machine. You just see he's just terrible. You understand what I'm saying? You look at the other nations and their gods, and you just look at our people. It's like just so different, so special. Just our rules. Even the law. I can tell you the other nations will look at it and say,
yeah, surely this is a wise and understanding people.
Right.
That's what the Bible says. That's what it means, not to cut you off, Ashton, why we are a special people. Not because, and here's another thing too, like when you read on down, it says, you know what I mean, in verse 8, where the Lord did not set his love upon us because we were, you know what I mean, more in number than everybody. We were actually the youngest nation. The Lord set his love upon us because he wanted to. Like he chose us. We owe it to our God because he made us to be a special people. Keep reading.
Above all the people that are upon the face of the earth.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Our God chose us to be above all people. We are above Trump. We are above Biden, above these heathens, man. We are above all people that are upon the face of the earth. And knowing that we're above all people, that's what we have to do as Blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians. Read what you got, Ashtawa. 18:4.
Revelation 18:4.
Good.
Heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people."
Our God said in Revelations 18:4 to come out of her, my people, to take our mindset out of America. Damn Thanksgiving, damn Christmas, damn your birthday, damn Valentine's Day, President's Day, the 4th of July, damn, you know what I mean, Labor Day, all of these holidays of the oppressor. We got to understand our God said, come out of her, my people. Read.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
That ye be not partakers of her sins. You don't want to do the sins of this place. You don't want to be a partaker of her sins. You don't want to be an LGBTQP. You know what I mean, brother or sister. You don't want to live that lifestyle. You don't want to be an unaliver. You don't want to be a brother or sister that sells drugs or abuses drugs. Keep reading.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
That ye receive not of her plagues. You don't want to get plagued. You see the plagues, the monkeypox, the coronavirus, and there are more plagues to come. That's why our God said to close it out, man. Our God said in Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1, to gather yourselves together, to yea, gather together, O nation not desire. You want to know why? Because the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohanna, we desire Blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians to come back together. Our King Yahweh Shah Mashiach desires our people to come back together. And our God, our power, Yahweh is his name, desires every Black, Latino, and First Nation man and woman to come back into this truth and change our lives, man, and become that new brother, become that new sister that our God intended us to be, man. And with that being said, man, I am priest and officer of 5,000 Yediah. We're going to do a part 2 to this class next Thursday. We're going to go over the Macedonians on Netflix right now. They got a Netflix movie called, you know what I mean, Macedonia with Alexander the Greek. I want to go over that, man, and show you how the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Like Alexander the Greek, we went over it a little bit, man. You know what I mean? Circumnavigated the earth. That was during the Renaissance and rise of white supremacy. When they came out, you know what I mean, and started to be rulers and conquerors, man. And that's in the scriptures, man. Job 9:24 says the earth was given unto the hand of the wicked, man. Who is the wicked one? The oppressor. We're going to go over that. We're going to go over, you know what I mean, more Biden and Trump on why Esau is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And with that being said, man, I'm going to pass the class off to priest and officer Ashtawa.